Hey everyone, welcome back to Bridging Innovation Week. I'm here with our next guest, and this next guest is someone special to me because we've had a working relationship, and he's kind of been there since the start of Bridging Innovation Week, back in the early years. Right now I'm joined with Bill Woodrum, here with the Huntington Foundation. Bill, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Matt.
Bill, so tell me a little bit about what you're working on right now. We were talking a little bit off camera about the initiatives. What's going on right now in the Huntington Foundation?
You know, it's an exciting time. The Huntington Foundation is hitting 80 years this year, founded in 1944. And since that time has invested about $585 million into West Virginia. So, you know, just generational impacts on education, on healthcare, and you know, of course, the portfolio and community and economic development. But because we're in that kind of seminal year, we're looking at all our programs, making sure they're contemporary and where our investments are, you know, updating some of our language and really talking through how do we continue to be a support for all the good things that are going on in West Virginia.
Yeah, great. And talk a little bit about kind of, since you've been there since the first Bridging Innovation Week, how has the landscape for entrepreneurs and business changed? Like, are there more opportunities? What's going on right now?
I think we've made some real headway in the state, you know, and obviously we've got a long way to go. But you know, when we started the ecosystem concept, it was Tara and I both. I was at Marshall University at the time. She was at WVU, and we were both working on similar concepts. And it didn't make a lot of sense to have two ecosystems in West Virginia. So we were introduced and started to talk, and really just clicked from the first time we were speaking the same language. And it was language at that time that we weren't hearing a lot of people talk about, this partnership, the strength of the system. How do we drive resources out to the entrepreneurs? There are resources there that entrepreneurs weren't aware of. And you know, that still continues to be the same a little bit today, but there's so much more access, you know. And then, you know, the kind of good and bad of COVID is there was kind of a great awakening of entrepreneurship again. A lot of people looked at what they were doing and thought, you know, maybe this isn't what I want to do for the next 20 or 30 years, and I've always wanted to do X, Y, Z, and for the first time they felt empowered to take that leap. So, you know, we've seen a great move forward, I think, in the state with the Secretary of State's office engagement, removing some of the barriers to entrepreneurship, and just the general work that's being done now in K-12 all the way through adults, you know, really just talking about it more. And I think that's what we need. It's building up this system where kids start to see themselves as entrepreneurs from an early age.
Yeah, and like, well, and talking about that early age, I know this year we have two competitions on Wednesday. We have Ignite West Virginia, which is for 18 and up kids, college kids, and we also have Spark West Virginia this year. So talk about the importance of, yeah, like you said, getting started early.
Well, and you know, Marshall this week is also doing their business canvas competition. So we have college age kids there. We have, you know, the Spark and Ignite both going on with their tracks. So not only is it exposing kids to just seeing what's in the crowd. As I was talking to one of the entrepreneurs that's pitching this week, I said, you know, I know you're worried about the judge and you want to do great for the judge, but just that you're here and you're going to be exposed to this whole network of people that are here seeing it is as important or more important than the money you'll get out of a competition. You know, there's such a great set of networks and contacts here that you do yourself just as much good by being on that stage, win, lose, or draw, as you do, you know, the actual investment that you might receive initially.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I think the networking component is such an important part that sometimes people might not think of, but yeah, you're exposed to so many different types of people and resources, things you might not even know about.
You know, we have angel networks here, we have the state JIT fund, of course the SBDC and the SBA are here. All those support networks that are here, not to mention the great body of nonprofit advisors and coaches that are out in the system in West Virginia. So there's a lot of opportunity to really do some great networking and build that access. People always say, you know, I don't have access to X, whatever that resource is here this week at Bridging Innovation. If you want to hustle, you want to get out there and work, that resource is here. You just got to go find it.
Yeah, and tell me what, last thing I want to ask you, since we're almost out of time, what does it mean to you, someone who's seen it, seen Bridging Innovation from the start? And like you said, we had those two ecosystems and we formed it into one, and now we're sold out this year. So what does that mean to you?
You know, it's really rewarding to see where Tara and Amber have taken this and where it's built, you know, to a sold out event. I had people calling me trying to have me get them in the door last week. So, you know, it's amazing to see really the flywheel effect that has been caused here, and really some great things in motion now.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to the rest of the week, Bill. Thank you always for joining us, and we will be right back with our next guest. Stay tuned for more.